Welcome back. Today we have a red day, the first one of the month. 4 days into the month and have our first red day. Thankfully, it wasn't too big. It was $4.26 for a 2.17% drop on the account value of the day. So that brings our weekly growth to 2.23% now. So we're a ways off from our 7%. I'm not going to let that try and I'm not going to let that make me want to shoot for the moon tomorrow. The goal is 7%, but it's not the goal by whatever means necessary. The goal is base hits. So that's what I'm going to keep on doing. Today, I took 3 trades. The first one was a loser. I lost about $2 on it. The second one was a winner. And the third one was a loser. So sometimes it just happens. Today, the market was cold, so I used smaller position sizes. But let's go ahead and dive in and look at the first trade I took. The first trade I took today was on PMCB. There were a few things to note about this trade. As you can see, I'm in on this right now. I was hoping that this was a minor pullback and it was about to shoot up. I was wrong, but I'm honestly not too upset about this trade. Now, in hindsight, I don't know if you can see that, but all of those massive red selling candles, that's a lot of selling volume. That is very bearish. And if I had noticed that, I would not have taken this trade. It's obviously dumping, and this is not the time to go in because it's not about to pop back up nicely. It's going to keep going down. And that's what it did. And it ended up stopping me out. Thankfully, I set my stop loss. But yeah, this was the first trade of the day, but it is what it is. And there you go. Yeah, I just sold, and it tanked like the minute I sold, the second I sold. I'm not sure if I would call that a tank actually, but I got out. I took my losses, and I'm glad that I was able to call it there. For some reason, it wasn't letting me set my stop loss, and it's because this stop. I did not notice that until just now. That was my actual reaction. Anyway, the next trade I ended up taking was on QCLS. Let me pull that up. All right, here we have it. This I would call a beautiful trade. It went well, and I got out at a great time. I noticed this, well, at least I thought it was a bull flag pattern, and turns out it was. I was a little bit concerned because of those topping tails there at the top, but ultimately it did pay off. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my stop loss and take profit here so that I can drag that up when it starts moving up, and so that I don't lose more than I'm willing to lose. Things start going well here. See, we got some movement to the upside, and I'm getting a little hopeful. I'm ready to move my stop loss to my at least break even. Here we go. And now I'm moving my stop loss above my buy-in, so now this is a risk-free trade. Not a huge amount of money to be made here, but it was a very small position. I think I bought in with $50. So not bad to make that off of $50 in a few minutes. Eventually here, I ended up raising my stop loss again because I wasn't convinced that it was going to reach my target, but I wanted to capture as much of that move as I possibly could. So I raised it up, and eventually it stopped me out. I took my profit, and now at this point I was only down about $1.30 on the day. Much more tolerable. So that saved me a little bit. And now let's move on to the last trade of the day, and that was LAZR. Alright, so here we are looking at this trade. This was not a good trade on my part. Just going to come out and say it. First of all, the first thing to note here is that I was not buying on a pullback at all. I just put in an order right there. Why did I do that? I couldn't tell you. Actually, I think I probably could. I think I was a little bit fatigued from sitting and staring at a chart all day. Not all day. I got up around 7, so I'd been staring for a little while, not that long, but I should have taken a break if because I didn't really notice, but I was feeling not great. So anyway, that excuse aside, um, at least I set a stop loss. All right, so I set my stop loss. That's good at least. What I was thinking here was I saw those bull flags a few minutes ago down below, and I thought that this was going to be a bull flag, and I decided I'll just buy right here, and that's part of the reason why I bought. But the other one was partially trying to dig out of my $1 loss hole. Um, so I'm going to have to do some thinking about that, see if I need to institute a rule regarding avoiding that in the future. But you can see here I got stopped out and I was done. That was it. Not terribly upset about this. I made more yesterday than I lost today, which is nice at least. And so far on the account, I am still up a solid 2.23% on the week, which means this week is still profitable. So that's nice. Tomorrow I could throw it all away, but I hope I don't. I'm going to be careful.